Hi, it's Ayozia here, and I just wanted to share some new journals that I've been working on. I've been working on some autumn journals. Autumn's my favourite time of year, and the weather's taken a distinctly autumnal feel. It was very windy today. In fact, I filmed a little bit in the park out on a walk. And happy autumn. So anyway, here are the journals I've been working on. There's 5 of them, and each one has a painted canvas cover and has a leaf and some leather, some tree bark and a stick. It feels quite earthy, I think. And that's the back. There's a hint of leather on the back, so they're all pretty similar. Each one has a very similar cover. I'm going to go and flip through them all with the camera facing down on my desk, so you'll get a better idea. But I just wanted to hold one so you have an idea of the scale and to say hello in person. And let's go and have a flip through of these journals. Okay, so I have a lot to show you today. I think this is the most journals I've flipped through at any one time. So I'm going to try not to rush, but I'll go. Tell you what I'll do. I'll go through one in detail, and then I'll maybe do a speeded up flip for the rest of them, because they're all pretty similar. And before I forget, there's also a printable that's the pages. Some of the pages in these journals, I used what I have listed in my shop as a new printable. It's called Autumn Watercolor Printable. So I'll just show you that first, actually, before, because otherwise I'll forget. So let's move these to one side. And so the printable has nine files, and you can print them out in whatever size you want. These are I printed these out onto A4 ivory paper, but you can also print them out in A5, or you could even do them as little postcards. So I'll just show you quickly, but you'll see them anyway as I flip through the journal. So there's this one. There's this one. Maybe if I put it down, you can see it better. Is that one? There's this one. And all the colours are just autumnal. There's this one. This one you can actually I selected on the printer to fill up the page, or you can print it because that's the size of the image actually, but for A4 you can make it bigger. It just gives you a bigger image, but actually gives you more journaling space as well, because the way I would use this, I'd write all in these bits. That would make me very happy. And then that's the same file which I've printed out as a postcard. So your options are, you have quite a few options, and you should be able to select whatever size paper you want on your printer. That's how I do it anyway. There's this one. And then I scanned in just 3 painted pages. There's that one. There's this one, and there's that one. And then I'll just show you quickly A5, which works really well as well. So I printed these out onto A5 card, and I use them to write letters. So I'd fill all of that with writing, fold it up and put it in an envelope, stick that in an envelope. So that's another option. So you could and you could also fold it and put it in your journal at this size. So it all depends on how you want to use them. So that's that one. There's this. I really hope this is in frame. It's that one. This one. This one. That one. See, I'd write all in here. It doesn't actually matter which you could write it that way. It doesn't really matter. And these are the scanned in painted pages. For the journals, I used actual painted pages. So the originals, I used them in the journals of the painted pages, not the wreaths. Okay, so that's that. Okay, now on to the journals. So each journal comes with a little pack of just some papers to play with. Yeah, just lots of papers, a couple of, yeah, just some leather, little bits of fabric, and yeah, and then some of my handmade felt and a little crochet flower which ties it all together. I just thought that would be a nice addition to the journals, because I absolutely loved making these, partly because I love autumn, and you know, life is feeling very precarious with everything that's going on, you know, with the virus, and virus is on the up again in the UK. Anyway, and let me not get into that, but just it's been really good for my soul to work on these journals the last couple of weeks. And there's just something about paying attention to the season that you're in, and trying not to rush through it. So I always like to acknowledge autumn before I get, start thinking ahead to Christmas and stuff like that. So these journals kind of represent that. So I feel like a lot of my heart went into these. So I just thought I'd make a nice little pack to go with them, because that made me happy, crocheting these flowers and making the felt is quite a long process. It's a soulful process, but it's quite time consuming. Anyway, so that's that. So each journal comes with one of these. I won't go through it in detail. Let that be a nice surprise. And then the journals themselves have a painted canvas cover. And I think I'm going to insert a tiny little clip of me painting the canvas, because it's just nice to get a glimpse of some of the process that goes into the journal. So yeah, that's going to probably come up now. It literally will be a couple of seconds. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing the covers for these and just playing with inks on canvas. I think what I'm discovering now is, I love painting and I love making journals, although, that comes and goes, my mojo for making journals. But I think the thing that gives me life is just spending time like painting paper. So I painted the papers that went in here, and I painted the cover, and then I spent time making these bits with the real leaves and the collage of different papers. And there's some real tree bark here, and this stick with twine around it on some leather. It just feels really earthy, and it makes me think of autumn. Makes me very happy. There's a leather strip at the back, and then I sealed each cover with PVA glue. And then this has Mod Podge on it, and these bits just to make them more durable. So yeah, it feels nice, and yeah, it just feels really nice. So, and then there's a long tie round with tulle, which is designed to, it's quite long, so you might want to cut it, depend on how you want to close the journal. You just tuck it under, and that's that. So 2 signatures bound directly into the cover. And let's get it open. I must say that I have actually already recorded a video. And I was so chatty, you guys. I was chatting away. And it wasn't in frame. It was all the way down here, so you couldn't see a thing. So I'm having to redo it, which is, I hope I'm not sounding tired and fed up. But okay, so the inside cover is this olive green fabric. And then there's a layer of... a couple of layers of a paper bag inside in between the green fabric and the canvas. I don't know, I liked the way that it made it feel. And sort of sounds. This journal is quite textural. Like, I was thinking about the crinkliness of leaves and that you get in autumn. And yeah, just that. So there's a pocket here. with a couple of layers of paper. This is banana paper, this is called, this paper here. And that's a leather tab, which with a leaf motif sewn on. And then each journal comes with a little, another mini journal. So this one has got, there's a rabbit on the front and lots of different papers just stitched together. And yeah, it's just like some of my artwork, just bits, just another place to journal in, really. I don't know, I really enjoyed making these to go in each journal. There's a fabric tie around as well. And what else do I need to say? The journal, each journal has about 120 pages front and back. And I think that's it. Measures 8 and a bit, like 8 and a quarter ish by 6 inches. So here we go. So this is an Edith Holden book page, fabric ruffle, leather tab there. That's one of the, from the printable that I just showed you. There's a leaf tuck spot here with that's velvet, different fabrics stitched together, and an artwork, one of my artwork prints. There are loads of artwork prints in these journals. This is a collaged and stitched tag, again with different papers and a ginormous moth on the front, and you can write on the back. This is some dyed card. That's the other side, that's a watercolor print. That's from the printable, and so is that. So you see how you could use it in a journal. Some ledger paper. So this is off my nature collage printable. It's just another journaling spot there. A fabric flip. Book page. This is a painted paper. It's not a print, it's the actual paper. I loved doing these. It made me so happy. And just playing with paper, inks. I used these water-soluble inks, and yeah, it just made me very happy. And I love that some of the ink goes on the reverse side of the paper as well. This is of my nature collage printable with fabric tab, a watercolor print. I like this bird. He's a real dude. He looks like he's got dark glasses on. Makes me smile every time I see it. Another painted page. Middle of the first signature, some of my artwork. Painted page, book Edith Holden. Just a journaling spot, that's part of the wreath there. Wow. What am I trying to... Oh yeah, it's a folded page. That's why I couldn't do that. Postcard. Again, that's in the printable. That's one of the ones. This is really sturdy watercolor paper that I tea dyed. Actually, I think this was dyed in rose petals, actually, that one. A collaged and stitched tag. Ooh, I think a couple of months ago, I was experimenting with dyeing papers with different things. So I think this one was dyed with onion skins. And then I tried yellow rose petals and pink rose petals, and it was so much fun. I've used up all of the papers from that, so I need to have another go. That's a little print on some ledger paper, my squirrel. Some more of those pages. It's quite nice because you can see the image on the reverse side here as well. I sometimes with these flip throughs have to resist the urge to not to scribble on the pages because that's how I would use them. My owl. And then there's a fabric pocket here with different fabrics stitched together. And this makes me smile every time. I've got my little mouse. He's hiding away in the pockets with his little ears and eyes poking through. I actually ordinarily do not like mice at all. Anyone who knows me well would know that. But this mouse is particularly cute, particularly because he's in a I don't know why it's a he, but he's in a nature setting. So there you go. There's little mouse hiding away in its little pocket. That's part of the printable fabric tab, second signature, fabric ruffle there. Edith Holden mushrooms. This is one of mine. I just thought all the mushrooms were existing quite happily together there. And that's a painted page. And sometimes when I'm deciding where things go, I like incidences where like there's green in this print and then the painted page is green, and it just, I don't know, it just makes me happy. There's a leather tab there. And there's the hair, one of mine. And again, the hints of green in these pages are working, the greens and the browns actually are working quite happily together there. There's a stitched and collaged tag. I just put this bit of crinkly paper in there. One of mine were moth and the wreath. And again, the oranges are working well together. Lots of journaling space and space for you to make the journal your own. I like the way these numbers happened there. That's from the printable. And this page is not in the printable, but it's a scanned in tag that I made a while ago, and then I printed it out super large, and it works really well because again it provides some nice journaling space, and there's a watercolor printable that lives in this leaf tuck spot there. Another painted page. That's from the printable, painted page. And I love the way the ink, I've said that already, haven't I, is sort of showing through on the other side. This is from my bird printable pages kit. My owl. I do the second signature. Ooh, look at that. I even saw a little bit of gold shimmer. Mr. Fox. And again, the purples here and there are making me happy. The hedgehog. More purple matching. I don't know, I'm being a bit of a nerd about it, but it makes me happy. That's a print from the printable kit. And there's the raccoon. Some more painted paper here. And this one, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it has got some gold shimmer there. So these are all like actual painted papers. There's a pocket there with a couple more bits to write on. That's from my bird printable kit, I think. And some more painted paper, a collaged and stitched tag. Leave my owl. So lots of watercolor prints in these journals. Collaged and stitched tag. I think that's a Tim Holtz die cut. Painted paper robin. And that's the back. So that's the first journal. So I'm going to flip through. I'm going to try and speed up. So I'll list them in the order that I have shown them. So that's this journal. So you get the journal and that as well. Actually, you could even, I don't know what you could do. Well, you know, that's what these things are designed for you to play with and for it to spark your own creativity. So there you go. So that's journal 1. So let's go through these a bit quicker. This is journal 2. Again, that's the front, so that's a leaf, that's some cardboard. That's the back with the leather there, and the leather and tree bark. I've probably said that already, I'm sure I have. So let's make sure this is in frame. Okay, so there's a pocket there like with the other one, and the mini journal. This one's got mushrooms on the front, and that's one of my stamp images. And so is that one. Okay, there's a tuck spot here. The journaling spot. That's from my nature stamp kit. That's from my nature collage kit. Another journaling spot here. Fabric flip. Printed page. And I love the dark purple in the birdie in the wren is also on the painted page, so that made me happy. Printable. And there's a little mouse hiding in its pocket. Lots of fabrics there. Some sturdy watercolor card that's dyed. Squirrel. Mr. Fox. Painted page, second signature is this lovely ruffle. And this is a large tag that's stitched. These are vintage watercolor papers, and you can write on the back. No, not watercolor, wallpaper. Did I say? I probably said watercolor, but these are vintage wallpapers. Yeah. Let's get this back. Okay, fabric and leather tab there. This is a painted page. I love how this one turned out. The collaged and stitched tag. Oh, I absolutely love these journals. I wish I'd made one for myself now. This is a printed out tag that I made large, and again that was a nice surprise how that turned out. So that's a stitched leaf tuck spot. Just some extra journaling space. Another large tag, and that's my bee stamp, and I just like how crinkly that is. It's the other side of the enlarged tag. That looks really nice. Owl, the other side, and you can write up on that as well. Pocket with some more painted paper, and the hair. hedgehog. Yeah, I love how the greens are all happening here. That's a painted page. Fabric ruffle. An extra scrapbook paper there, and that's, yeah, the journal is not lying flat at the moment because it has so many things clipped into it, but then if you took them all out then it would lie flat. So that's the second one. I'm not going to talk anymore because we'll be here all day. I'm just going to flip through and speed it up a little bit, I think. So that's that one. Okay. Okay, so that's all the journals. I'll keep them in the order that I've listed them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm sending you so much love at this time. Take care, everybody. Bye.